Hello, in this video I'll be showing you I can easily edit your studio images when you have white involved, and in this we're going to be doing raw processing, or how you can easily process or color correct your raw images, and also how to do color grading, skin retouching, eye whitening, and finally how to save your images and how to get a pure white background for your studio portraits. So without further ado, let's get started. And if at all you find the video helpful, simply like this video. So in order to import the image in Photoshop or the raw image, simply right click on the image, come to open with, and simply select Photoshop. So for my case, I'm using Photoshop 2025, and it's going to open up Photoshop or the camera raw filter in Photoshop. So the very first thing is correcting the lighting and contrast issues. So by taking the highlights and whites down, it gets me back most of the information in this image, and I'll open up the shadows in this image to around 18 and add contrast to the image. So this is the image before, after so far. So after doing this, we are going to go straight into working on the image in Photoshop. So make sure you come down here and make sure the depth is set to 16 bits per channel, and I'll be showing you later on why we have chosen 16 bits per channel. Sharpen for screen and set to standard and click OK. So just come here and simply hit open the image into Photoshop for us to do the next adjustment. So the very first thing we tend to do when it comes to Photoshop is cropping the image. So I'll just come to this crop tool and choose a ratio of 45 or 8:10 and simply crop the image. So you can drag the corners just like that and hit enter or return to crop the image. So after cropping the image, the next thing is going to be working on the skin of the model. So in order to retouch the skin, the very first thing we have to do is first of all creating two layers or copies from the background layer by pressing Ctrl J, or you can use Command J on the keyboard. Double click, rename this to low and name the up layer to high. So just double click. So the low frequency layer is for colors and the high frequency layer is for textures. Select the low frequency layer and turn off the high frequency layer. Come to where you see filter and come to blur and come to Gaussian blur. It's going to open up the Gaussian blur dialog box. Take the radius all the way down to 0.1. Click on the skin and start taking up the radius slider and stop at the point whereby the textures in the skin are just starting to disappear from the image. So for my case, at around 4, that is when I'm just starting to close out on the details or the skin textures in this image. Click OK, and after doing that, come and select the high frequency layer and now activate it. And after activating it, simply come to image, come to apply image, and you are going to get right here the apply image dialog box. So make sure the layer, you select the low frequency layer or the low layer, then the channel is RGB. The blending you have to use or select add. The scale has to be 2 and offset 0. Opacity at 100% without transparency and mask cannot checked, and turn on the invert option and click OK. So after doing that, change the blend mode from normal to linear light, and after doing that, put these two in a group by pressing Ctrl G, or you can use Command G on the keyboard. Put these two in a group. Open up the group by clicking on the drop down arrow right here. Select the low frequency layer now, turn off the high frequency layer, right click and get under the brushes. So come to the brushes, right click, select the mixer brush tool. If at all it is not under the brushes, you can always locate it down here. So for whichever tool you select in Photoshop, the settings for that tool are always going to be above here. So after you have selected the mixer brush tool, select clean brush and select the second option right here, which is clean the brush after each and every stroke with a weight of 9%, load 75, mix at 90, flow at 100%. Make sure sample all layers right here is not checked or turned on. So after doing that, you're simply going to zoom into the image slightly. Don't zoom all the way in. Reduce on the size of the brush by using the box bracket keys on the keyboard. And when you're retouching, always retouch at a distance. So what we want to just want to blend the colors in the skin or a skin tone. So how to blend, left click and hold down, and you mix a given color just like that. So we are using a small brush. So depending on the color that you're trying to blend or how big or the size of the area of the skin tones that you're working on, you have to use a brush that is going to remain within that area. Don't use a big brush. So, and the next thing is always and always keep and maintain the original face. So the brush has to be moved in the direction whereby you are going to keep and maintain the original details in the skin, and you don't distort the shape of your subject's skin. So we are done with the face. So I'll just come the fingers and finally come to the legs. So mix the shadows right here and mix the highlight, and while it is transitioning from the shadow to the highlight, I'll reduce on the size and mix that area just like that. Come this area on the knees, increase on the size by using the bracket keys on the keyboard, and try to blend these areas. So I'll just come and blend just like that. So take your time as you're trying to blend using frequency separation for the best results. So I'm mixing just like that. So right now this looks okay and it looks great. So after blending the skin tone or skin color, just come back and turn on the texture or the high frequency layer by clicking on this visibility icon, and you can see, let me zoom out. You can see the before and after for skin retouching, before, after. So select the high frequency layer and zoom in by using Ctrl plus, or you can use Command plus on the keyboard to zoom in this image. Zoom all the way in, and after zooming all the way in, we have to remove the pimples or blemishes. So just come and get the clone stamp tool and make sure the hardness is set to 0. The mode is normal, opacity and the flat 100%. So to remove a blemish, you hold down the option key on the keyboard or the alternate key on the keyboard, and make sure the size of the clone stamp tool is slightly bigger than the pimple or the blemish that you want to remove. So hold down the option key on the keyboard or the alternate, and left click on a clean area near the blemish to copy clean skin. Release the left click button and the alternate key or the option key. Release it and left click once again to paste clean skin over that pimple or that blemish to replace the blemish, or to stamp over the blemish with clean skin. So basically that is the logic behind the clone stamp tool when you're trying to remove pimples or blemishes from the photos that you're editing. So I'll just zoom and try to locate the blemishes. So right now we are good to go. So after removing blemishes, let's first of all even out the skin color. So in order to even out skin color of this model, you're going to create a stamp visible layer or a merged layer for all this. Press Shift Option Command E for mark, then Windows is Shift alternate Control E on the keyboard to create a stamp visible layer. Then come and create a new empty layer right there by clicking on the empty layer or new layer icon. Change its blend mode from normal all the way down to color, and now come to the brushes and get the brush tool. Make sure the hardness is set all the way to 0 and soft round brush has been selected. The mode is normal, opacity and the flat 100%. We just want to sample color from the model's skin. So zoom in. So to sample color from the model's skin, we are just going to zoom in even a little bit more. So we're just going to copy color from the skin. So for this, we're just going to copy a color from around here. Hold down the option key on the keyboard and or the alternate, and left click to copy or sample a given color. So I'm just going to sample a color that falls within this area. And after doing that, zoom out. And after zooming out, come to this layer that we created initially before. Come to select and come to subject. And Photoshop is going to help you to automatically select the subject. So Photoshop is trying to select the subject for us, so that when it comes to the step of painting on the skin, the color doesn't spill out. So with the brush tool selected, we are now going to come and start painting over the model's skin. So I'm just going to increase on the size. So by the way, before you start painting, come back and select the the empty layer and just come and start painting on the skin just like that. So be careful not paint on the areas that don't have skin. So but even if you painted those areas, I'll be showing you I can easily correct or rectify that issue. So I'm just going to come and paint just like that, paint just like that, paint just like that, continue painting. So I'll just continue painting just like that. So paint on each and every area that has or contains skin so that you don't leave out any area. So I'm just going to come and continue painting, zoom out and look at what I've painted so far. So I'll just come to the hand, zoom in, and also paint on this other hand just like that. So I'm just going to paint just like that on the skin. Come to these other hands and also paint just like that on the fingers. Paint on the hands just like that. So we are going to come and also paint on our model's legs. So since we created a layer, we can now paint without worrying that we are going to be painting part of the background. And by just doing this, you can see that we are having uneven skin color or even skin tones for our subject in this case. So I'm just going to paint just like that, paint just like that, paint. So if at all you made a mistake, always come and get the eraser tool right here, and simply with the eraser tool you can now, with the mode set to brush, opacity in the flat 100%, just come and paint away the areas that you may have accidentally painted and you didn't want to color grade in the first place, like this part of the shoes just like that. So I'll just come this other side of the shirt and also eliminate the colors from those areas, eliminate it from there. So command minus to zoom out. Now the skin looks uniform, but now it looks oversaturated. So what we want to do, we're just going to come to the opacity of this layer and reduce on the opacity so that the skin can look better and natural and realistic. So after doing that, press Ctrl D or Command D on the keyboard to deselect the subject selection. So after we have done that, we just want to make the skin look better and a little bit more natural. So come to adjustments and simply come to hue and saturation and come to master and simply select the reds and take the lightness down so that the skin can look better and natural enough. So after doing that, you're just going to come and create a black and white adjustment layer. Come and change the blend mode from normal to multiply and come the opacity and reduce on the opacity to your liking to around 3. I think that is okay. So you can now come and make the image pop a little bit more. So just come to adjustments right here and come to levels. So when you come to levels, we are simply going to come, hold down the option key on the keyboard and drag this pointer or the black point towards the right hand side, and also drag the white point by holding down the option key on the keyboard or the alternate key on the keyboard. So before, after, now the image is popping, but it looks slightly underexposed. So you're just going to come to the curves, come and create a curves adjustment layer and click in the middle and brighten up the image just like that. So the final step that we want to do for this image is working on the background or cleaning up the background. So in order to clean up the background, we are going to create another stamp visible layer by pressing Shift Option Command E on the keyboard, Shift Option Control E, Shift alternate Control E for Windows, and come and get our beautiful patch tool. So when you come and get the patch tool, you are simply going to come and draw around these lines and drag them to a clean area. So we are basically using the patch tool and dragging these lines to replace them with the clean part of the background. So we just want this to be a seamless kind of background, so just like that, and drag just like that. So you have to take your time as you're doing this. So when you're done cleaning up this background, the next thing is making it look better or white. So in order for a background to look white, we are simply going to come to the selective color adjustment layer and come and target the whites and take away the yellow color from sorry, take the yellow color away from the background, and you can see it is going to make the background look better and look white. But this is also all as well affecting her skirt. So we're going to come to this layer icon or the layer mask and press Ctrl I, or before pressing Ctrl I, simply come and get the brush tool and switch to black. So make sure you have black and white on these two color swatches, and if at all you have any other random color, simply press D on the keyboard. So with black as the foreground color or as the color on top, we are going to paint on her skirt so that we can reveal the original color of her skirt. So reduce on the size by using the box bracket keys on the keyboard. So I feel like this is what the originally the skirt looked like. So this is okay. So when you feel like the skin is still oversaturated, you can always come and reduce on the color by coming to hue and saturation and come to lightness and take down the lightness. So after doing this, you can now whiten the eyes of a model by coming and creating another hue and saturation adjustment layer. Come to mask and simply take out the saturation up to around -70 and press Ctrl I, or you can use Command I on the keyboard. With the brush tool selected, white as the foreground color, zoom in by using Ctrl+ on the keyboard. So you have to zoom all the way in, and now reduce on the side by using the box bracket keys on the keyboard, and with a white brush simply paint on the white area of the eye, and that is going to do eye whitening. So you can even do a same technique or procedure for teeth whitening. So we're going to come back to selective color adjustment layer and target the blacks and come the cyans and make the blacks a little bit even more cinematic, just like that. So this is what I've been able to achieve in Photoshop. Let me show you a quick before and after. It's the image before, after, and now the image looks better than it was initially before. So to save this image, simply come to File, Export, and come to Export As, and it's going to open up the Export As dialog box right here. Make sure the format is set to JPEG. So just come to File Settings, the format, simply select JPEG, quality all the way to the maximum, which is 7 for my case. So take it all the way to 7. Under resample, make sure the resample is set to bicubic sharper. So simply select bicubic sharper right here, and after doing that, make sure embed color profile under color space and convert to sRGB have been checked in this case. So I'm just going to make sure these two are checked and simply click on export to export or save the image in whatever location that we want. So this is how you can easily edit an image in Photoshop from the very start to the very end. And if at all you have loved this, simply like this video and don't forget to subscribe if at all you're watching and you're not subscribed to this channel. Ronix from Ronix Photography. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in yet more videos on this channel. Don't forget to keep practicing and also keep creating.